Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and if you guys do not know, in the Year 8 reveal, we got a Frost rework that's coming in Year 8 Season 2, and this has been a controversial change. I think this has been one of the most controversial changes in Siege history. Like, I'm on the R6 Reddit right now, and like, there's so many posts about it. But yeah, if you guys don't know what the change is, basically the way Frost works right now is that if you go into if you like walk into her welcome mat, you get downed. But the way they're changing it is that if you go into her welcome mat now, you can in Year 8 Season 2, you can self-revive, and once you've self-revived, you'll have 20 HP, and this self-revive is pretty quick, it's like 3 or 4 seconds, and then after that, you cannot sprint, and you'll make loads of noise, and you'll leave like a blood trail, and yeah, this has caused some crazy controversy, but yeah, I think we should talk about the justification of the rework first. So I think the big issue is the self-revive. People see this as a huge nerf to Frost. However, I think it's like one of the biggest buffs ever she could have got, as it's like now she's a sort of a team playing operator. So the blood trail being left now is obvious and huge, and the enemy will absolutely be able to like track her down. So let's say like an Ashe jumps in and self revives on the other side of the map. Like she'll be able to make she'll be making lots of noises from like moaning or groaning or growling, whatever, and then she'll have a massive blood trail where she can be like sort of guessed and sort of hunted out. And yeah, another big thing like is that the enemies can't sprint. So Ashe cannot sprint, which is like a significant disadvantage in Siege. So this makes the frost mats even stronger, and this means that you can like sort of. So the way it works now is like if you place a frost mat on the other side of the map, and a teammate like an enemy runs into it, they're gonna get self revived and they're gonna be fine. Like they'll have 20 HP, but if they overthink it, that's like 50, 60 HP. Now the way it works is if they get frost matted and they can get revived, they will now literally they won't be able to sprint. They'll have a massive blood trail and they'll be very audible. So yeah, this could be an advantage in some situations. But yeah. So as the Reddit says that people like aren't expecting, like people are having a pretty shit reaction to this, but yeah, people like, so if you guys don't know, Smoke was meant to get changed like this like a couple months ago, whereas like he's not able. So the way Smoke works right now is that he's immune to his gas grenades, which means he can run like through them without taking any damage. I think this is a really cool sort of thing that they have. It makes him like have some pretty sick clutches. And actually, the developers actually mentioned like how they wanted to change it, but like community reaction sort of made them keep it the same, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and another reason people are annoyed is that like this just removes the ability to have like clutches where it's like a 1v1. Let's say there's 20 seconds left, you're a defender. Let's say you're playing like Jaeger, and then like the enemy is like 100 HP, you have like 20, you have like every disadvantage, and the enemy just jumps into a frost mat, and the adrenaline from like winning a round, it's pretty crazy. Like those sort of rounds are just the best. But yeah, as you guys can see, if you're watching the reveal, the crowd reaction is crazy. Like I don't think even the developers were not sort of like wanted this reaction. I'll leave the reaction up here on the screen as you guys can see now.
Where they have been welcomed into Sage welcome mat, and then they're stranded and stuck. Well, again, about empowering both sides of the fight here, players will be able to get themselves up. The catch here is that when we talk about,
as you guys can see from the reaction, the crowd at Montreal was not very impressed with this rework because it just sort of like eliminates the fun of Siege, as like people should be like estimating and droning, and like this sort of removes the fun. But yeah, the developers were not expecting that. I think like a good change would be to like sort of fix that, is they like give him 4 frost mats or something like that, or just like change him up a bit. They should give her like 4 frost mats and give away the enemy's position, or put them in a down but not out mode where they have a certain time distance to move before they bleed out. But yeah, I just don't think that's a good enough rework. I think another reason that people are angry is because Frost didn't need a rework. Like I think she is fine the way she is, and we have so many operators in the game like Blackbeard, Sense, Grim, even like Clash, which needs reworks. And the fact that they're prioritizing Frost, who is like, nobody complains about Frost. Like most of the time, if you jump into a Frost mat, it's your own fault. But operators that are like really underpowered and never used, like Clash, Blackbeard, Tachanka, Grim, Sense. Like Grim is the worst operator in the game, and he's not been reworked, which is pretty atrocious from Ubisoft. I feel like Ubisoft need to get their priority straight. I think that's another reason. So I feel like if this Frost rework was like was brought in along with like a Grim rework, a Blackbeard rework, people would be fine because they'd see that they're just trying to like spice things up a bit. Well, the fact that we haven't got any mention of a Blackbeard rework, where Blackbeard is just a fundamentally broken character in Siege, like the fact that he can evade a one-shot headshot machine, like one-shot headshot, is just like broken in a game like Siege, where like that is a fundamental aspect of the game. I feel like that should not be a thing. Or the fact that Grim, who was released in Year 7 Season 3, so which is actually like, that came out in what, September, which is like 5 months ago, and like there's not been any change of him, where he's actually got the most useless gadget in the game. He's beehives. I don't think I've ever died to them. I don't think I've known anyone that's ever died to them. I don't think I've ever seen Grim being picked by his gadget. I don't think I've ever been scammed by him, and I've played over like 400 games a season. I play that every day, which just shows that Grim is pretty awful. And even Sense, I think Sense is in the right place right now, especially with the compensator buff. I think her gun will be a lot better. I just think people are a bit like annoyed because her gadget can be really inconsistent. Like when you throw it, it doesn't like properly go where you throw it to. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this Frost rework, and a lot of people aren't. Like maybe they can make this Frost rework a new character, or they could bring like they could keep the Frost rework and put like Frost's welcome mats into a different character. But yeah, it just isn't a great idea. I don't think the attackers breaking out of the map should be a thing. I don't know. Many people don't like it as well. And it doesn't make sense, and it's not something that Siege needs to change. There are a lot more things that Siege and the balance team need to prioritize, but this Frost rework isn't one of them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this Frost rework. I understand that some people do like it, but I'm just not a big fan of it, and it's coming out in like 2 seasons time, so we have a lot of time to see and evaluate. I think it's coming out in the season which has Sweden. Another big thing that was a bit annoyed with the reveal is why are we going back to Brazil and South Korea? We've literally had operators from South Korea, Vigil and Dockerby, and we've had operators from Brazil such as like Capital and Caveira, so I'm not sure why Ubisoft feels the need to go back to these countries. Like they have been used a lot, and we want new countries like Eastern Europe countries, African countries, South American countries. Like I don't understand, but yeah. I'm excited we'll be getting a Portuguese map, but this is I think this Frost rework is the most controversial change in Siege history, without a doubt. Like, I barely go on Reddit, but every time I go on Reddit, like, it's just like 2k upvotes on this Frost rework cannot happen, and here's why. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this change? And take care, guys. See you guys later. Have a good day.